Imagine you are on a boat with your family enjoying a vacation in the middle of the deep blue ocean. Water stretches as far as the eye can see in every direction, and everything seems perfectly normal. But then, in a single moment, everything changes. Suddenly, the ocean water disappears completely, and you find yourself stranded on the barren seabed. Questions flood your mind. Where did all the ocean water go? Will it ever come back? Let's find the answers to all these questions in this film that will leave you breathless. The story begins with a family on a boat in the middle of the Caribbean Ocean. This family has come out to celebrate the birthday of their boy named Ben. They are all very happy, creating a memorable moment. But they have no idea that this happiness is only a guest for a short time. For a few moments, everything is normal. While they are enjoying the ocean view, Ben's mom, Julia, jumps into the sea for a swim. Meanwhile, Ben and his father are busy fishing. But suddenly, Julia feels in the water as if some huge creature is circling around her. When she looks here and there, she sees nothing. But then suddenly, something pulls her deep underwater. And at the same time, the equipment on their boat starts rapidly changing direction, as if something massive is happening. Ben and Tom do not fully understand the changing situation because they are busy fishing. Meanwhile, Julia sees that in just a few seconds, she has drifted far from their boat, and she is drowning. She starts shouting loudly for Tom to save herself. But because Julia is quite far from the boat, no one notices her. And here, Julia feels that the ocean water is rapidly receding backward. Julia starts calling her daughter Cassie, but Cassie is wearing headphones and enjoying the sunlight. Ben, Cassie, and Tom have no idea that Julia has gone into the sea for swimming. Julia is drifting further and further away from them, but luckily, Tom faintly hears Julia's voice. He spots Julia and immediately jumps into the water to save her. On the other side, Ben starts the boat engine and brings it near them. Luckily, Tom saves Julia from drowning. When they get close to the boat, Ben and Cassie pull both of them up onto the boat, and in this way, Julia's life is saved. Now on the boat, Tom gets angry at his daughter Cassie. He says, "Where was your attention? I had told you that when your mom goes swimming in the sea, you have to keep an eye on her." Cassie says sorry and explains that she was wearing headphones. Anyway, now Julia was safe. Tom says that from now on, no one will go swimming without telling anyone, and if anyone does go, they must inform someone first. Everyone agrees with Tom's words, and now night is approaching. That is why they all start preparing to celebrate Ben's birthday. After celebrating the birthday at night, Cassie's boyfriend video calls her. Cassie tells him that they are all enjoying a lot on the boat, but her boyfriend tells Cassie that you all should quickly come to the surface. The TV here is saying that something very big is about to happen. It will be very unusual for the whole world. Hearing this, Cassie notices that behind her boyfriend, a massive storm is approaching the city. Seeing this, she becomes a little worried, because at that time they were definitely not in a safe place. She starts talking more with him, when suddenly their connection cuts off. She goes and tells this to her mom and dad. After that, these people start checking the safety of their boat. While checking, they notice that many whales and sharks are circling around their boat, whereas whales or sharks are not found at all in this area. Tom was an atomic ocean explorer. That is why he knew that whales or sharks do this only before some huge, terrifying storm arrives. They had already sensed the coming terrifying storm, but before that, they had to deal with the sharks. Before they could do anything, during this, their boat gets a powerful jolt. Everyone becomes very scared. Tom understands that some large creature has collided with the lower part of the boat. To check it, Tom goes underwater. He sees that a huge dent has appeared on the bottom of the boat, which must have been caused by a large shark. After checking this, when Tom comes back up, he has a very deep wound on his shoulder. Seeing this, Julia stitches his wounds. Here, Tom tells his family that because of this dent caused by the shark, the engine has broken down. Now we cannot take the boat forward. They all are stranded in the middle of the ocean, and now their only option left was to call someone for help. But when Cassie comes out to call for help, there are no signals. Their boat's communication is not catching any signal. They all are very worried why suddenly everything has stopped working. Now, in this difficult time, Tom checks their food and drink supplies. They have only enough food for 4 days and nothing more. but a small hope of staying alive was that they were on a shipping route, and some ship passing by would see them. After that, they would rescue them. Now, during these very conversations, they hear a powerful sound from outside. When they go out to look, a large meteoroid is coming straight toward them. It could collide with their ship, and to escape it, Tom quickly starts their boat engine. But he knew that if he did that, their boat would be ruined. And that is exactly what happens. Their boat engine is completely damaged, but they had no other option. If he had not started the engine and moved the boat forward, the meteoroid would have hit them directly. Tom sees that these objects falling from the sky are actually satellites. That is why suddenly radio and telephone signals have stopped working. They had not fully recovered from this accident when another meteoroid also starts moving toward them. Now, to save themselves, these people could do nothing else. That is why they go to the lower part of the boat and wear life jackets, so that if the boat overturns, they all do not drown in the water. When they are inside the boat starts shaking very violently. They all understand that now they will not survive. Then suddenly they hear a powerful sound, and they all pass out. When they regain consciousness, they find that they are alive, although they have injuries. But the surprising thing was that now there are many small and large holes in their boat, but water is not entering through them. Now, when this entire family comes out of their boat and looks, they are all stunned by this sight. They see that there is no water below their boat. Fish are lying on the ground around their boat, and their boat is in a barren mountainous area, as if they have come to some other world. This place has completely changed. Where there was water until last night, that place now looks like tall mountains and pits. They all quickly realize that they are not in a desert, but still in the middle of the ocean. Just all the ocean water has shifted from here to somewhere else. Now Tom quickly takes out his compass and starts checking the direction, and he understands that something has definitely gone wrong with the Earth. The Earth's poles have changed. The North Pole has taken the place of the South Pole, which has gone to the north, and because of this, all the ocean water that was on land has gone there, and now the ocean has turned into land. After discovering this thing, all these people are stunned. Tom tells them one more terrifying thing, that all the humans who were on the living land in between all this would have died. This news hurts Cassie a lot. She locks herself in the cabin because she has now learned that her boyfriend is no longer in this world. But now there was one more thing that they were about to find out in a little while, and hearing that thing, their senses would fly away. Anyway, now Julia starts gathering the remaining food here, and Ben releases all his birthday balloons into the air so that if anyone is alive, they will come to them, and all together they can face this situation. After that, Tom tries to contact someone via radio. He hoped that there would be no response from the other side, but surprisingly, he gets a response. This response is given by a captain whose name is NATO, and he also knows the story of the ocean shifting because he too was in his submarine like Tom's family. Tom asks the captain what we should do in this situation now. Here the captain tells them that thing, which makes the ground slip from under their feet. The captain tells Tom that the Earth's poles that have changed will return to their place in about a week. That means in a week, the ocean will come back to its place, and at that time, its waves will be very dangerous. That is why the captain tells Tom, "I will survive through the submarine, but you quickly find some high place for yourself and go there, because your chances of survival will be higher there." Hearing this, Julia immediately tells her children to pack. Tom tells the captain that your submarine also has more chances of survival. "So can you keep my family?" The captain says that of course, brother, I want to do that, but I cannot because one of my companions has died in my submarine, and there is space for only 2 people here. I can keep 1 person, but still 1 will remain outside. And here Tom requests the captain, "Please somehow keep my both children. In return, I will give you all the remaining food we have." After which the captain agrees to his words, and the captain manually explains his location on the map to Tom. After that, Tom estimates the location of that submarine and tells his wife that we will reach there in just 2 days. That means before the ocean water comes back, we can safely reach our children there, and in this way, the lives of both our children can be saved. The next morning, this entire family was ready for their journey. Then, Tom sees that from far away, a strange man is walking toward them with his dog. Tom sees that the man is injured. That is why Tom wants to help him. He takes a water bottle and goes to him. After drinking Tom's water, instead of thanking him, that man attacks him, and Julie also sees this thing standing far away. Then the man attacks Tom with a knife nearby and takes his life. After that, that man moves toward Julie. Now she could not save her husband, but quickly she goes inside the boat and locks both her children in the cabin. After that, she gives Cassie a flare gun and says, "Use it when we are in very difficult situation." Now they are just talking when that man also reaches their boat, and to escape him, Julie goes inside the bathroom. Now, here that killer starts searching their boat, and as soon as he finds food there, he starts eating. He pounces on the food as if he has been hungry for many days. After eating food when he starts looking for Julie, after that, he goes straight toward the cabin, but going there he finds out that the place from where the sound was coming, there is no one there. Actually, Julie had escaped from there through a hole in the boat, but that man's dog sees Julie and starts barking at Julie. Now in helplessness, Julie has to kill that dog to silence it, and she herself hides under the boat. Although normally she does not get caught by that killer, but when he looks out and sees his dog dead, he understands that Julie is outside the boat. Now, as soon as he gets down from the boat to catch her, Julie goes back up on the boat and using a broken glass as a path, comes inside the boat again. But after a little while here, Julie gets caught in that man's hands. He grabs her by the hair and starts beating her. He starts choking Julie. Now she starts fighting that killer in some way to save herself. Cassie, who is watching all this from the cabin, remembers that this is a good opportunity to use this flare gun. She fires the flare gun, due to which the man falls far away, but nothing much happens to him. Just they get a chance to escape, and fire also starts in the boat. Now, Julie quickly comes out of that boat to save her both children. While coming out of the boat, that killer attacks Julie once again, but this time, Julie kicks him and throws him back. After coming out, Cassie and Ben start crying, seeing their father's dead body. They had not expected all this at all. Ben blames himself for his father's death. He says that if I had not released those balloons in the air, that man would not have seen them and come here. Now, here Julie is also clinging to her husband and crying when she sees that that killer comes out of their burning boat, and now it was not safe for them to stay here. That is why she takes her both children and runs away from here. A little later, their burning boat explodes. Running and running, these people get very tired. That is why they stop behind a hill to rest, because they felt that perhaps this killer has left chasing them here. Ben is still crying here. Cassie encourages him and gives him clean water to drink, but Ben even refuses to drink water. Julie explains to her son that it is not your fault. You had released the balloons in the air for help. Then Julie sees that that killer is still coming after them. Now all three quickly start running to escape the killer. Running and running, these people get very tired, but whenever they look back, that killer is coming after them. Now these people do not stop, keep running continuously, and reach a place where there is poisonous water. Anything could happen to them while passing through here, but Julie orders her children to pass through here only. After passing through the poisonous acid, their condition becomes quite bad, and Julie realizes that Ben has become dehydrated. They had some last drops of water which they gave to Ben, but his thirst was not quenched with so little water. Now here, Cassie has also lost courage. She says wherever we are heading, perhaps there will be a submarine or not, but Julie scolds her, "Be quiet and do exactly as I say. We will move forward, and I know that I will save you." On Julie saying, those people start walking again, and moving forward, they see a plane that must have crashed and fallen into the sea years ago. These people hide inside the plane, and Julie looks at their family photo one last time, which they had taken last night. Seeing that photo, everyone remembers Tom. These three cannot believe what has happened to them in just one day. Now the night has become quite late, and these people are also tired. Cassie and Ben have fallen asleep. Then someone's voice wakes Cassie up. She comes out to look and sees that the same killer is coming after them. Now these three had to get rid of this killer at any cost. That is why Cassie pretends to sleep sitting at the same place. The killer thinks she is sleeping, and as soon as he comes to attack, Julie attacks from behind. This time, Julie is very angry. She attacks him so much that she takes his life. Finally, their danger ends, and Julie sleeps peacefully. In the morning, when they wake up, they see that the killer's body is in very bad condition. Some creature has cut him and hollowed him from inside, from which they guessed that there are dangerous creatures around here. Now, they had to quickly reach where the captain's submarine was. Julie is looking at her map. On the other side, Ben is wandering in search of water. Going ahead, he sees water and starts drinking without thinking. Julie had forbidden it because that pond was poisonous, but Ben was so thirsty that he did not listen to Julie. Julie sees him and runs to stop him from drinking water, but by then he had drunk quite a lot of water. A little later, Ben becomes ill and is not in a condition to walk. That is why Julie and Cassie make a shelter there and rest for a while. Then Julie hears strange sounds. When she goes out to look, she finds out that a huge number of crabs are moving toward them, and to escape them, they start running. After running a little further, some distance away, they see a very large ship. It is a cargo ship with many containers on it. Many people had taken shelter in these containers. As soon as they see these three, they all hide in the containers. Actually, they did not run from these three, but the crabs were coming behind them. These three go near the container and start begging and requesting to open the door, but they do not open the door for them. On the other side, a very large army of crabs was behind them. That is why now they had to do something themselves. They had no other way. Therefore, Julian and her both children decide to climb on top of the container. Julian first makes her both children climb on top of the container. Now, as Julian climbs up, a crab comes and bites her leg, but somehow she frees her foot and climbs up. Now Julian ties her wound with her scarf, after which she passes out. Cassie and Ben see that those crabs are cutting the container and going inside it, and those crabs attack the people inside. Now those people try to kill those crabs with the weapons they have, but the number of crabs is too much. These people cannot stand in front of them, and the crabs kill all the people inside the container. The next morning, Julian regains consciousness. She sees that her both children are not there. She becomes terribly scared that something might have happened to my children, but then from far away she sees Cassie and Ben coming, who had actually gone in search of food, drink, and weapons. Anyway, now here those crabs are also not there. Now Julian treats her crab bite wound, while Ben collects the weapons of the people who died inside the container so that he can use them for his own safety, and they also find a little food there. Anyway, after this, Julian contacts the captain, on which he says that the same creatures have also attacked me, and now I am very badly injured. I cannot help you. And along with this, he also tells Julian that now the ocean water is going to come back to its place very soon. That is why these sea creatures have come back here again. Julian starts crying because these people also did not know in which direction to go to reach the submarine, because in the running all night, their map had also fallen somewhere. That is why the captain, for their ease, fires a flare in the air with his flare gun, and Ben sees it. But that place was very far from them. These people start moving fast toward the submarine, but reaching there still seemed impossible, because to reach there, they had to pass through a rocky path. While passing through there, they might have to face those crabs again, due to which their lives could be lost. Now, Cassie also starts feeling pity for her mother. What will happen to their mother? The captain will keep me and my brother in the submarine. But what about Julian? Because in a little while water is coming. Julian tells Cassie that you don't need to think about all this. When we reach the submarine, we will decide there what we have to do, and says, let's move forward. While moving forward from there, their luck deceives them once again. Landslide starts there where Julian, who was at the back, a large stone falls in front of her, and she gets trapped there. Now Cassie does not want to move forward without her mother, but she swears to her that you will save yourself and your brother at any cost. That is why Cassie starts moving forward with her brother. When those people reach the submarine, they find no one there. Both start knocking loudly on the submarine door, but then from behind the captain comes, who was badly injured. The captain said, "Look, 3 people can sit in the submarine, and my chances of survival are very low. That is why even if I sit in the submarine and reach the surface safely from the water, I will not survive." Hearing this, Cassie quickly turns back and starts coming fast toward Julian. There, again, a flood of those crabs starts coming, where Julian starts shooting them all with her gun. But in a little while, her bullets run out. Now, before any creature comes and attacks her, Cassie from above gives her a hand, and finally, with her help, Julie succeeds in getting out from there, and these people quickly run and reach the submarine. Now these people, without wasting much time, sit inside the submarine, and those terrifying crabs also come after them. But then, a very huge, terrifying sea wave is seen coming toward them, which was several hundred meters high. It looked very dangerous. It collides very fast and powerfully with their submarine, due to which these people pass out. When Julie regains consciousness, the surprising thing was that their submarine was not in water, but that huge sea wave had carried their submarine and brought it into a city which was completely destroyed. Seeing which, it was clear that humans have now been wiped out from the land, and showing just this scene, the film ends. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe to Cinema Recap, hit the bell icon, and let me know your thoughts on the movie in the comments section.